What's up everyone, Jeremy again here with another video. Today we are going to be talking about changing the oil in the Toyota Tundra. The items I cover in this video will be not only how to change oil, the tools required, type of oil, etc. And this will cover 2007 to 2021 as well as the Toyota Sequoia for the same year ranges. So without any further ado, let's get into this and let's change some oil. Alright guys, so the tools you're going to need is obviously the oil. Now the 5.7 liter that comes in the Toyota Tundra and the Sequoia requires 8 quarts. I went and purchased this at my local Toyota dealership. As you can see, it's the Toyota oil SA0W20. You can use another oil besides the Toyota brand oil as long as it meets the ILSAC-GF5 multi-grade motor oil specification. The other things that you're going to need is an oil filter. Comes with the O-rings, and this little guy here, you'll see what that's for in a minute. And this is the box that it came in. There you can see the part number. You can also use Fram or K&N or other brands of filters as well, but since my truck is still under warranty, I'd like to not void any warranty. A pair of rubber gloves will help keep your hands clean. And then as far as tools go, I've got the 1/2-inch drive, 6-inch extension with a 12mm socket to take off the skid plate, a 14mm socket for the drain pan or drain plug. You can also use 3/8 tools. I just put them up here as a representation, but I won't be using those today. And wrenches for the drain plug are also an option. Of course, you need a drain pan that will hold at least 8 quarts of oil, some kind of rag, shop towels or something. Today I'm utilizing paper towel. An old bottle, soda bottle, water bottle, something like that. You'll see what that's for in a minute. And then to remove the oil filter, you'll need a tool. Now you can utilize this kind right here. I got this at Walmart. This is just an inexpensive $7 universal. It expands and tightens up as you rotate it to grab onto the filter housing. Or even better yet, I recommend purchasing the correct filter removal tool off of Amazon. I'll provide a link below to this one. This fits the filter housing perfectly, and you can put a ratchet or a wrench or something on it. So that is the tools that we'll need. Let's get started. Alright, so the first tool we're going to need is our 12mm socket. Up here in the front of the cowl, or on the front of the bumper, there's 3 bolts that should be taken out, but mine are already missing, so I don't have to take them out. I do have to take out the 4 bolts that hold the skid pan on, so let's get to that. There's 2 up front here. And there's 2 back here in this hole here. So right here is our oil pan for the engine, just in front of this cross member for the front suspension. And on the passenger side is the drain plug. Let's go ahead and loosen that up. This oil will be a little hot. Be quick so don't make a mess, get all over my hands, running down my arm. And there we are. This plug is a magnetic plug. It will collect any metal shavings and stuff as they arise. You want to inspect that, make sure that there's no metal shavings on it. If there is, you might want to get your engine checked out by a professional. Mine is nice and clean, no issues at all. I'm going to grab a paper towel and wipe it off while that drains. Okay, so right here, this is the cap that holds the oil filter. The oil filter is inside that. You'll see there's a 3/8 inch socket on there to hold a 3/8 inch drive ratchet. And all that is a cap. That is nothing more. It's a little snug. Pop that off. Yes, I took my gloves off. I shouldn't have, but I did. And let me grab this drain pan. Okay. Pull the cap off. Now this little thing here I showed you that comes with the oil filter and the water bottle, that goes on there like that. You push this up in there, It opens a valve, drains the filter housing. Get it to push up in there. There it is. Push that up in there. Collect all that oil that's inside that filter housing. Okay, so once that's done, cap the bottle. As you can see here, it almost completely filled this bottle, and it was still draining some, but I went ahead and pulled the stopper out of there so it stopped draining. And now let's take this housing off. For that, we will use this special tool or adapter that I bought off of Amazon. And you'll notice it has 3 notches here. They fit up into these 3 splines there, as well as this fits around that. It fits on there really nice. So there's not going to be any strip in it or anything like that. It's going to be a little tight. It takes some force. There you have it. There's your filter and everything. Alright, let's go ahead and remove that tool. Actually, it's on there pretty good. I'll wait till it's screwed in to get that off. You can pull the old filter out. It just pulls out like that. Set that to the side. There's the new filter. Goes in there just like that. Don't forget to replace your O-rings. That's highly important. I like to use a little tool like this. It's real easy just to hook underneath it, work it around, pull that one off, pull that out of there. Work that down. And generally I'd say lubricate that with some oil. This whole thing's oily enough. Just rubbing it, it's all covered and good. And then, you know, I do have to get that off there. I gotta replace the O-ring underneath. Maybe this little thing fits too well. I'll replace this little one underneath the truck once this is screwed back in. So let's go ahead and screw that back in. Alright, new O-ring installed, armed with the new filter. Let's go ahead and get this started on there by hand. I always recommend threading these on by hand as far as you can, or at least make sure it's got a good start. And let's go ahead and tighten this up. Okay, pull that off. There's supposed to be an O-ring right there. It's kind of staying. Put that on. Alright, now that you got your new filter installed, this should be done draining underneath. Let's wipe off the oil. Clean drain plug. Let's thread that one in there by hand. And give it a little cinch. Don't over tighten, but you do want to make sure it's snug. That should be sufficient. Now up top to add some oil to it. Now with the correct motor oil, we can start adding our oil. You can utilize a funnel if you'd like. I didn't think to dig one out, so we'll see how good my aim is here. Alright, that's all 8 quarts. Thread this cap back on and check our dipstick. Alright, after giving it a minute to drain down, let's pull our dipstick and have a look. One wipe, reinsert. to the top of the second line. We're right where we need to be. Oil is added and it looks nice and pretty. Let's look underneath for any drips and give this thing a start up and see how she does. All right, so truck sounded good, ran good, no ticking, no knocking. The oil pressure got up where it was supposed to be. I crawled underneath and looked for any drips and runs around the drain plug and an oil filter assembly, and no leaks anywhere there, so we're all good to go. Time to close this hood. Let's bolt the skid plate back on, and this job is done. Alright guys, there you have it. That's an oil change on the 2018 Toyota Tundra. Covers other Tundras and Sequoias as well. If you found this video informative and you enjoyed it, please hit the subscribe button and the bell to notify you when I make more videos. This helps the YouTube algorithm to grow my channel and motivates me to create more videos. Until then, peace!